Hello, everyone. Welcome to your weekly dose of Sean and myself. How are you, Sean?
I'm all right.
A
Yeah,
much
I'm all
a,
right.
a much leaner beard that we see today
It's
as
about the
last
only
week.
thing that's Lena. Mm?
No, you're doing well, aren't you, with your hunger awareness, your mindfulness?
I'm trying. Yes, I'm trying. Yeah. I've actually been similar week to Toby, to be honest. Just one of those things.
Great way to
Just back
start
to
off,
work.
actually, because I feel that Toby shared a post in the group, and if you're watching this
Mm.
back or watching this live, like, do go back and check it out, because actually it's one of those where we don't want you guys to feel like we're perfect, and we also don't want you guys to feel like you can't share when things aren't going so right, because that is what the support group is here for.
Yeah,
Tell us a
exactly.
bit about what you've been going through then, Sean, if you can, relate to what Toby has been saying.
I think like this lockdown, it feels like it's never ending. We haven't been given an end date. Um, I think that's the main thing that's kind of affected me. And then I've fallen out of my routine, so I've been going to bed too late. Um, and because I'm going to bed later, I'm eating more at night as well. And then I'm getting up later and I'm sluggish in the mornings because I've eaten poorly the night before. And then the cycle just continues. And I've kind of I'm going to get a handle on it. But I'm also coming from a place of compassion with myself in that this isn't a normal time. This isn't a this isn't just a normal like work-life balance. It's not, even just yesterday, I didn't get anything done really apart from uh, being a dad to Avery, and I had to remind myself that that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was a dad yesterday all day, and he was hard work yesterday, and um, I still managed to cook. I still managed to go out for a walk. Still managed to do a little bit of training. Um, still managed to record a video to post to my singing profile on Instagram. Um, so I did things, but I had to remind myself that that's okay and that that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my eating isn't really under control at the moment, and I'm looking to fix that. And I've downloaded the sheets that I actually prepared for us last week. Um,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
so did
Uh,
I.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like I was sitting there, I was thinking, I literally just prepared these sheets last week for people to use, and they're
Mm.
really good sheets to use. They're a great tool to use. Using myself, like what a moron, just sitting here like struggling, and like I've actually got these tools that I can use that will really work for me. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm moving towards now. Mondays and Tuesdays, like I don't get to kind of have that right at the start of the week thing because Avery's at home on the
Mm-hmm.
Monday and Tuesday, so I don't see it like that. So Wednesday's kind of my day where I'm like, right, let's kind of let's crack on, let's get some work done, and let's do all these things I need to do. So this morning I took management for the first time in a while. Uh, Interesting.
Mm.
And I'm going to come back to those in a month after I've been doing the hunger I'm going to do the emotional eating worksheets for a couple of weeks, and I'm also going to do the hunger game.
Nice.
Um, and keep eating slowly. That is something that I have kept up with. I have been eating slowly
Mm.
until stopping when full, so that's good. Um, and then getting back into my routines of actually going to bed rather than sticking the TV on. I've got this habit of watching Suits again. Have you seen
Oh
Suits
yeah,
before?
yeah. I've watched it all. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just I started rewatching it. I don't know why, but I started rewatching it, even though I've seen it. And it's one of those things. It's like where I don't want to explore my feelings, so I'm just putting TV on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Which we've all done. Um, and yeah, so I've been doing that. Like, and Susha's gone to sleep, and then I'm sitting there watching Suits till 1 a.m. I'm like, what? what? And then every time I wake up in the morning, I'm like, what are you doing? You know, so yeah, look, guys, like, hey, I've seen results in the past, and I continue to do the right things, you know, intermittently, but I still slip up. I still have these moments, sometimes more than moments, sometimes months where things aren't going great, and yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, it's important just to be that real, though, that you said that it's easy to fall into habits that you might not be too happy with, and easy to not want to face certain emotions, not want to face certain thoughts and feelings. And that's where a lot of people get caught up with distracting themselves in the evening with food and or TV. But good to show that realness that you and I struggle with these things still too. And that's why we're here in the group giving you guys support. You know, my accountability posts aren't to belittle people that aren't maybe doing as well as they would like. It's just to try and improve accountability and provide a bit of habits to follow and advice. And don't feel like you can't share if things aren't a-okay, because all we'll do is try to listen. And I'm trying to coach less straight away and trying to listen and understand more first and ask questions. You know, if you get a question back from me, guys, on a comment, it's not me being belligerent or being know-it-all or whatever. It's actually to understand more and then to help you kind of think things through as well, because that connection and empathy is where the magic will actually happen.
Yeah, conversations. It's all about conversations.
Yeah, and so guys, you know, when you're, especially for those of you that work with us one-to-one, you'll have consultation with us periodically to have that. For those of you who are on the weight loss course and doing that side of things, this is your space for those conversations, albeit virtually. Appearing on these calls is one of them. I might poll again and you know, come up with a better time for people. But I'll be emailing people each week to remind you guys of this, because I understand Facebook groups at the moment, notifications aren't great and people are busy, right? Especially if you've got kids. Life is crazy right now with trying to manage homeschooling, work, and everything else we have to do. But that's where, I mean, we're going to talk about good stress, bad stress. That's where we do need to be aware of all the pressure we're under. As Sean said, you know, you're focusing a lot more on being a dad to Avery because of the amount of time he has to spend at home. Same thing with other parents. You probably have to think about maintenance right now in terms of food and fitness and be okay with that based on the time that you have available, right?
Yeah. I think I think the thing is with a lot of people, well, certainly for me, and I'm sure a lot of people are the same, is that we don't want to come out of this lockdown, you know, like way heavier, or, you know, like with bad eating habits or with bad sleeping habits. And it's very easy to fall into those traps because there's so much else going on. And just because, you know, like it's winter, you know, like in the first lockdown, we had the weather, so we could train out in the garden, and it was, you know, we could sit out in the garden and, like, you know, just enjoy a drink and enjoy a nice meal. And because we were eating outside, like for us, because we were eating outside, we'd have things like tacos and, you know, salads and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like stuff that you kind of that you want to eat out in the sunshine, right? Whereas now, you know, it's dark till 8 a.m. It gets dark again at 4:30, and like you just want comfort meals and stuff like that, you know. So I think it's recognizing these things, it's recognizing that you're not broken, but that there's a lot of different circumstances and a lot of outside influences at play here. And I think that's one of the biggest things for me, was that, and I got when I first started working with you, Johnny, was that I'm not broken. I had the wrong mindset, the wrong attitude, and the wrong information and the wrong knowledge. Do you know what I mean? And I needed a coach to help me through that. I needed that support, and I needed someone not to judge me for the things that I was doing. And I literally just had this conversation this morning. I remember when I first started working with you, 2 weeks in, maybe I emailed you at like 1 o'clock. I've just had McDonald's. Like 1 a.m. I emailed you. So I had McDonald's last night. I'm so sorry. And you're like, so it's like, you know, all right, it's just food. Like, get on with it. Get back on, get back on the horse tomorrow, because we still said those things back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like that kind of thing was like, you were just, it was more of like you were a friend, coach, mentor than someone saying to me, well, you're not going to get great results if you do that, idiot.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that kind of helped me to realize that I wasn't broken. And I think people need to realize that now, that like, you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not failing. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's really, things are tough right now. And then you get the kind of sort of thought of, because then you get those people that are like, well, but you've still got a roof over your head, you still got your family, you still got your job, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. You should be happy. That then you got that pressure as well, because then you feel guilty for feeling the way you're feeling. But I put this on Instagram today. Your feelings are valid. Whatever you're feeling right now it's valid, and it is what it is. And if you can come at this from a kindness perspective of like, be kind to yourself and be compassionate with yourself, then you can still maintain your weight, or you can lose weight, or you can still work on your fitness, whatever it is you might want to do. Just come at it from a place of compassion, rather than not self-harm. You know what I mean? Like negative
Self-kindness.
Rather than
negative self-talk.
Yeah, negative self-talk. That's what I was looking for. Self-talk. Yeah. So yeah.
Not self-harming.
No, not self-harming. I feel like I've been talking for 12 minutes now, so.
No, great points, because you said a lot of what I wanted to portray as well, in that your thoughts and feelings are valid. Right now we are in a mega stressful time, and it's not a normal time. Offices aren't open, schools aren't open, gyms aren't open. There's been no worse time to try and attack your health and fitness. Some people might be furloughed and have more time, but then they may be homeschooling a child. And when you're trying to make headway into a health and fitness endeavor, changing behaviors is difficult. As you said, Sean, a lot of us come from it with the wrong mindset, the wrong knowledge, the wrong attitude of, I need to restrict all of these things. I need to change a bunch of things at once. It's going to be very difficult. And if I fail, I deserve to be reprimanded. As you came to me and said, oh my God, I just ate McDonald's at 1 a.m. and expected me to be like, you fat piece of shit. What are you doing? Like, you're supposed to be working with me. Are you just pissing your money away down the drain? Whereas really, if we look back at all hard ass approaches we've been through in our lives, they haven't helped us, because actually what you do is you feel worse about the changes you're trying to make. You feel passive aggressive to the person who you've hired to help you, because you don't actually like their approach, and you secretly rebel and not comply, and then lie, and then don't get results, and then no one's happy. Yeah. Whereas if you're watching this, guys, and you think to yourself, okay, well, if you're kind with yourself and say, right, this is a fucking weird time, I have more stress than ever, it's okay for you to focus on just doing the best you can. And when you're looking to maintain your current state of being, looking to maintain your weight, or looking to maintain your current fitness, it requires a lot less effort than it does to make gains, right? So you can eat more calories maintaining weight than you can losing. You can train less to maintain your current fitness than it does to push on with fitness. For me, I'm training less, walking a bit more, but my training is down, because I'm just going to maintain focus, do what I can, and get by each day. But I'm compassionate with myself, that I know that there are extra things I'm trying to do. Time's a bit shorter. Life's more stressful. That's okay. If you take that attitude on, but don't apply that self-compassion, you can quickly find yourself berating yourself, feeling guilty for not doing more. And then when you feel guilty, end up actually making things worse. Because when we feel guilty about our actions, we often rebel and sabotage ourselves, right? We eat worse, we exercise less, we stay up later. We don't take the care of ourselves because it's a negative self-talk loop. We actually get addicted to those patterns despite them being terrible for us. So I think, Sean, you made some great points. I'd like to reiterate, guys, that we are here for you. We hear you, we see you, we understand you. We know what you're going through, and we're never here to judge or berate you. We're here to support you as best we can. So I know everyone is busy, and I know Facebook groups aren't great all the time for notifications. What I'm going to do is upload this to YouTube again and send it all out to you on an email blast. But what I would say is I'm going to get all of you tagged in the video. I'd love people to comment more in the group, just talk about their day, talk about what's going on, and then we can really form a supportive community that's here for one another in those times and to help be compassionate to each other in this time and help us do the best we can with our health and fitness right now.
I think you've got to realize, guys, that this group here is completely private. Most of the people that are in the group are going through the same shit that you're going through, and they're like working towards the same goals, and they've got similar struggles, and you know, they've similar feelings and stuff like that. Right? This is a group that you can really talk about that kind of stuff in a safe space without judgment. Do you know what I mean? So I think, you know, definitely use it more. I mean, I personally, I've got the Feedless app as well, so I don't go on Facebook, but I'll make an effort, concerted effort to do that more. But yeah, try and use the group as much as you can.
Cool. Guys, we're going to end it there. Drop any comments you have below, and we'll get back to you ASAP. Take care, guys.
Take care, guys. Bye.